Welcome to Where Did All My Friends Go, a podcast about life in the music industry. Today, we've got a really super special guest.
Dude, we've been trying to land this guest for, how long now?
A little bit.
No. Don't talk. This isn't right.
Okay, I'm not that
I'm sorry.
special.
Pat is the guest.
I was actually going to
real.
try and be funny and say, like, super special guest, Bear, but but then I was just like, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to
Hey,
say
that's
it.
special.
just gonna no.
He's special too.
I'm sorry. We are the most self-deprecating podcast out here. So.
I really doubt that. I'll bet there's...
you're probably right, though.
I'll bet there's a podcast like called Self-Deprecating Podcast somewhere.
Probably.
And it's not a therapy podcast. It is just admittance. That's all it is.
I mean, because at this point in time, podcasting is so popular that I could probably grab a rock and walk out to the road and throw it and hit somebody that's also doing a podcast. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, and there's probably just like podcasts about literally anything. So, yep, you're probably right. Sorry for my stupid idea.
It's all good.
All right, so Pat, who do we got today?
We got Maggie Schneider from the band Glimmers and, pure TikTok fame.
Thank
Absolute
you.
Pure TikTok fame.
Hey, literally, I remember when quarantine started last March, and I had no idea what I was doing. I made it a goal to figure out TikTok, and I didn't know what to do, and then finally it kind of worked for me. So
yeah, I mean that's basically it. Is just finally it kind of worked. Like that's all it is.
I think that's kind of where we should start right there. That is actually one of our questions. So we'll bypass a few and go right to that. So we do see that you have a pretty big following on TikTok. So kind of talk us through that. Like what made you want to start on TikTok?
Yeah, for sure. So for me, honestly, not being able to do much of anything the past year and a half, we started the band and really started preparing Glimmers and that rebranding process in March of 2020. So for us, we were like, okay, while we're doing that, we want to keep gaining momentum and maybe having people continuing to get to know me or get to know the guys just as we're in this process. And so I made a TikTok. I didn't know what to do with it. I started following friends of mine in other bands. And I don't know if you know Patrick from Not My Weekend at all, but he has a pretty big TikTok as well.
Right
so, he talks about pop punk and he does a lot of funny comedy skits about the scene and all of that. But I loved what he was doing. And I was like, how do I do this, but do it, successfully for my niche? I don't know how to figure this out. Mm-hmm. So the first one that I did that really got a lot of traction, I did a pop punk cover of a song from Hamilton.
Oh,
right
on. I remember that one.
Yeah, because I'm a huge musical theater kid. That's how I started performing. I had just watched it. It just dropped last summer. And so I thought, why not do King George's song, but with a Green Day guitar part? I think I did it Brain Stew. It was inspired by Brain Stew, the chord progression.
Awesome.
So so I played it and I did it and I had a pretty good feeling about it, but I didn't know. It was the first one that really blew up, and then 500,000 plays later, I'm like, okay, maybe this is something I can do for fun,
That's awesome.
Yeah, so kind of from there, I liked combining my love of pop punk and then my love of theater, because I don't get to perform in musicals anymore, so I kind of like melding the two.
We're going to listen to this quick commercial, and we'll be right back. Have you ever been riding on a dirt bike track? You go over a ramp, and you just hit the rim so hard that it shatters your freaking gut?
Ow!
Oh, my pelvis!
Well, I'll tell you what, you will never have to feel that experience ever again with Stop Riding Bicycles. Stop Riding Bicycles is a program from the government, okay? The government. They will give you money to stop riding bicycles because they're sick and tired of all these guts hurting. You ever just felt that? Pat, have you ever just felt those pains?
Yeah, I feel it I feel it every day because it hurts when I pee now. It hurts when I pee now because I like really hurt my kidneys. And now I just have to drink cranberry juice. That's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Well, I'll tell you what. We got to stop a person on the street. Her name was Maggie. Maggie ended up sharing a really, really personal story with us about bicycles and why she should stop riding them.
Yeah, it was a really, really rough situation, Bear. Like, I fell off, spilled my guts, wasn't fun, went to the hospital, and
I hate spilling my guts.
Yeah, me too. So, luckily I talked to the government. And
the
and,
obscure government.
I talked to the government,
and they helped me, lead me into a much safer, happier place for me. And while I don't have my guts anymore, I am proud to say that I stopped riding bicycles.
Well, you might not have guts, but you still have a spine. So this is a PSA for anybody out there who's riding bikes. Just fucking stop it. Just be a grown-up. Get a fucking car. Stop riding bikes.
This commercial has been funded by the government. I've never got to we have stuff down in Minneapolis and stuff because I'm in Minnesota. Bear is over in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm not sure if they have like Broadway type stuff there, but we do down in Minneapolis. And
cool.
I haven't gotten to go, but my dad's always wanted to take me. We just haven't had a chance. But have you seen Wicked?
Yes.
That's my dad. He talks about it nonstop.
Funny story about that show. So that was the first show that my parents took me to. It was like our first trip to New York. And as a kid, I always chose, they were like, where do you want to go on vacation? Do you want to go to Disney or do you want to go to New York? And I always said New York because I just loved it from the time I was little.
Look, you're entitled to your opinion.
I've never been to Disneyland, but I've been to New York a significant amount.
I've been to both. And all I got to say is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That's all I got to say. Like, New York doesn't have Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Disney does.
I'm not a big Star Wars person.
And thank you for coming to the podcast. I really appreciate you being here. And guys, next week I think we have a couple of...
I'm going to get so much hate. I know.
That's sorry. Recorded, by the way.
I know.
That staying in there is up to my discretion.
Are you going to use this as blackmail? Are you?
Look, what I am or am not going to do is it's not for anybody to really know except for myself.
It's true.
Is how we've actually confirmed it now. Now she's in our band. She has to. She can't get out of it now. We have.
You want to be in a band? No. Well, you're.
Are you sure?
Oh my god. Jeez. Damn.
No. Like I have like so much Star Wars memorabilia, like just all around. I have like a bunch of Star Wars Lego sets and Star Wars pop figures. Star Wars,
I love that for you. I wish
I appreciate that.
Star Wars.
Thank you. No, that honestly, coming from a not fan, that means a lot to me, really.
If it makes you feel any better, Maggie, that my wife absolutely does not like Star Wars either.
It's not even a doesn't like for me. So don't give me the hate bear. It's not a hate.
I'm just stewing over here. Don't worry about it.
It's just it's an like
that's fair.
Could live without it.
See, that's fair.
That's
so
fair.
I'm gonna tell you the story for my wife. So she is a gigantic Billy Zane fan.
Okay.
If either of you even know who that is. Because he is a super obscure actor that you only know if you know, really. So his gigantic claims to fame are he was in Titanic. He was the bad guy in Titanic.
Oh.
And
okay.
So that was
the
his
kind
like
of cute one?
Oh, I mean, he is a delicious looking man. And then he also was in The Phantom, which is like was like a pop comic like way back in like the 20s, 30s, 40s, something like that. And so he did like the movie like adaptation of it. And back when like in the 90s they were trying to do like those old comics like Dick Tracy and The Phantom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my wife is just absolutely enamored and like that is her dream person. which I did get her to meet once, so that was cool.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was my big Christmas win.
Pat, why the hell are you the coolest?
Yeah, I just do what I can, man.
Dude.
Aw,
I like
that's so sweet.
I like to win stuff. Like winning Christmas is like my
Same.
thing.
Yeah.
So,
I like
So,
to
yeah.
win birthdays.
yeah, I mean, obviously that too. But so the whole like point of all of this was that an ex-boyfriend of hers had conned her into going to see Star Wars by saying that Billy Zane had a part in it. And she was like waiting, never happened. She was like, fuck Star Wars.
I would have broken up with him.
I think she did.
Okay, good. Look, I get it.
That's not cool.
Star Wars is pretty great, but that's a dick fucking move.
Right.
Like, you can't be like, hey, you want to come to Star Wars? It's better now for some reason. And it's like, no. You got to like Star Wars for Star Wars. And if you don't, that's fine, because the sequels ended up being absolute trash. But that's fine.
Sequel's wrong. Prequel's correct. And see
Correct.
here, so that's the problem also, is that he convinced her to go see one of those trash prequel movies.
What?
And I was like,
Get
that's
outta
not
here.
right. And that's not fair.
The
Like
prequels are amazing.
prequels? No, absolute. Go home. You're drunk.
Are you talking episode 1 through 3?
Like like 1 through 3.
Like
not
Phantom
like,
Menace,
Yeah,
Attack of
yeah.
the Clones?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
You
Okay.
are no. We don't even
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to discuss
The band
this
breaking
because
Oh, yeah,
this
band
is
is officially over.
This is literally
These movies are... Revenge of the Sith is one of the best Star Wars movies ever. And Phantom Menace is the only reason that we can even find Force Ghosts, because of Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, you don't fuck with Phantom Menace.
I actually like the Phantom Menace, but
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we all know the flaws, right? Like, no one's sitting here like, oh, the prequels are gold. Like, because the dialogue is...
no, because no one's
We're
ever said that,
absolutely
and,
fail-
and no
Oh,
one
you are
actually
so
agrees
wrong.
with you.
You are so wrong.
Good. Let's
So
move
wrong.
on. This is a Star Wars
I'm going to
podcast.
cut all of this out.
No, don't do that. You don't gotta do that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So
Back to Glimmers, because that's what this whole podcast is
yeah.
about.
Jeez, man. Okay. So speaking of TikTok,
Yeah.
what do you think is gonna be the impact this platform is gonna have for aspiring artists?
I mean, it's done so much for me, and I'm not even on the level as far as TikTok goes as a lot of bands are. Like, there's some really cool bands on there. Like, there's a girl band called Crimson Apple, and they're
yeah.
really awesome, and like they do all of these cool covers and like pop punk stuff and like I think I do acapella too. But I think that it's really, really great for discovery. I think it's better as a discovery platform than even Instagram or Facebook, obviously, or any of the other ones. So I
Right.
think it's going to continue to allow new artists to kind of get their foot in the door maybe a little bit quicker than it used to be. 'Cause for me, like, Instagram's my favorite. I love Instagram.
Agreed.
But if I'm making like a mini cover, or if I want like a Punk Goes musical theater cover to hit different on one platform, I would go to TikTok first. So it's kind of like it depends.
Right. I agree. I kind of do the same sort of stuff where it's like if I'm doing like a video type thing, it's going to TikTok, and then I'll also put it on Instagram, but like it's TikTok.
Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
I think Instagram and TikTok are the most important of social media at this point as well.
I agree. And like I used to put all of my covers on Twitter. Like
Twitter's good
I
too.
was the, 30, 45 second pop punk cover girl on Twitter for like 2 or 3 years, and I still do it sometimes. But now I just feel like the impact is so much greater on TikTok or on Reels
Right.
than
Absolutely.
just putting it on Twitter.
Well, that's because like TikTok is the new gold rush, and here's what's like both amazing and also like extremely discouraging about TikTok is you'll see somebody do, one thing, and then you'll try to either mimic it or copy it or take it and do it your own
Yeah.
way, and it'll either work or it won't. And
Yeah.
there's this huge, like, misunderstanding of what TikTok actually does and how it actually works. Like, everyone will sit here and claim that they know the algorithm or that they work this or it's all bullshit. Nobody knows. The only thing that anybody actually really knows is that there's two things. One, as soon as you post a video, TikTok will send it out and boost it for 2 hours. After those 2 hours, if nothing happens, it's done. Then all the other thing is post consistently and you'll gain followers. It's that simple. And like, don't worry about what this person's doing. Don't worry about what that person's doing. Don't compare yourself to the person who's got like 50 to 100,000 followers. Just do what you do and go for it. Like, that's all it is. And eventually, like, if you keep at it, I can't guarantee it, but you're bound to hit something good. You're bound to get that streak, you know?
Agreed. Yeah. And it's like, it's less so about the follower count, but more about the content. Like, if, like you said, if you stay consistent with the content, I try to post once a day. Sometimes I like kind of forget because of work and stuff, but I try and post once a day, a little something, just to kind of keep that going.
Right.
But it feels so cool when I'm on a live stream or I'm going through comments and I have people saying, I'm so glad I found your TikTok because I discovered Glimmers. And I'm thinking, even if it was one person that found me on TikTok who checked out my music and that was it, like, that's a win.
Yeah,
that's a huge win. So
absolutely,
it's really cool.
It's been incredible to see like the amount of like listeners that transfer over just because you have good music. You know, and Pat, I've been telling, we've been talking about this through like on and off the podcast, sometimes in our personal conversations, like whatever it is, but like having a good song with good production is going to get you somewhere. It really is. And there's a lot of artists out there who are trying it on TikTok that they it's gonna sound mean, and I don't mean it mean, but like they don't have what it takes yet. And what I mean by that is they're not in that vein of where their production needs to be, because production isn't the end all be all. I know that, but like you can polish a turd all you want, still gonna be a turd. I think everyone's heard that in the music industry. It's like one of the biggest sayings that I keep hearing in the music industry. But you start off strong. You start off with a good foot in the door, good song, good production, good audio quality. You throw that on a TikTok and you tell people about it, they're more inclined to listen to it than if it sounds like, mudded garbage. And, if anybody out there is listening, just trying to figure out how they want to go about starting your music, well, first, write a good song. You got a good song? Good. That's the hardest part down.
Yeah,
Hire a producer. Like, if you think you can produce it in your bedroom, that's totally fine. Get a third-party ear on it. Like, get someone else outside of who you think, like, what you think you know, because there are people out there that do this more than you, that do it better than you, and that can help you on your way. Like, it's that simple. Don't let egos get in the way. Don't let, pride get in the way. Just go, I know that there's somebody out there who knows more than I do and that can help me out much more than I can.
Oh, yeah. Also, like, collaboration is such an important thing.
Right.
Like,
oh, yeah.
With our song, and it's my favorite song I've ever written thus far, hopefully, but Not Good at Goodbye is like,
oh, it's so
I
good.
wrote...
That's a good one.
Thank you. That
so
I
good.
know that it's going to be an important song when I cry afterwards. And I've done that with 2 songs. I've done that with Not Good at Goodbyes and Don't Tell Me.
Yeah.
And, like, those just really hit home and are really personal to me. But, I wrote the acoustic guitar part. I wrote all of the lyrics. But I just thought it was going to be just a stripped-down acoustic song.
Right.
And that was going to be it. But then I'm very lucky that we have a producer in the band, our lead guitarist, Alex. And so we went into the studio and he was like, maybe we should try this a little bit differently. Like, just add more dynamics to it. So by the end of the bridge and that final chorus, it's like a huge, like, anthem type ending. Like, kind of more of a bigger song than originally we thought. And it made such a difference. And I'm so glad that I got that second opinion because it changed, in my opinion, like the whole feeling of the song.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I like the first time I heard that, I was like, damn, like this is such a big song too, though. Like, you know, it's like slower and it just builds up, but by the end it's just so big.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Thank you. I love it. It's special.
All right. So, you know what? We've been on talking a lot about, like, you know, TikTok and how you guys got your start, and you guys have been together since what, 2020?
Yeah, so technically we announced the band a year ago this week. So that's cool.
Well, happy anniversary.
Yeah,
Thank
for real.
you. But our first show together, but it was under my solo name because I'd been a solo act for 5 or 6 years prior to Glimmers. Our first show together was 2 years ago this week. So we've been playing together in the same group for a minute, but they were my backing band originally. Okay, so it was just like under Maggie Schneider, solo act, all of that. But then March 2020, we decided, you know what? It doesn't feel like just me anymore. We're a family. Like, we're all working together on this. It's not just me. Mm-hmm. And so then we were like, let's make this more of a collective instead of just a backing band.
Love it.
Thank you.
And I love the name too. Like, I love Glimmers.
Yay.
It's easy to remember. I love when somebody can come up with a good, like, one word band name.
Oh my God, yeah. And I was so stressed because I was like, I want this name so bad. And there's another band called The Glimmers, but they haven't been active in a long time. And so I was like, you know what? This feels like us. It has a really positive connotation to it. Mm-hmm. Like, we're all very happy, looking on the bright side type of people. So we thought it just fit. So I'm very lucky.
I agree. And that's one of the things that I thought of as well, is that it fits really well. Like, with, like, when you hear it, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
it definitely fits the band vibe.
Yeah. And coming from being a solo act where everyone misspelled my last name, very nice to have a one-worded band name that's easy to remember, 2 syllables, like, you know, all of that.
Well, and you know, it's I have that same problem as well. As, like, I mean, my last name is really basic. It's 3 simple words. To where yours, there are multiple different spellings of Schneider as well.
Yeah, or I've had shows where on the marquee it says Maggie Schneider.
Oh, shit.
And I felt so bad. I felt like such an asshole. I was like, hi, guys. And it was at the Masquerade, which is our home venue, and I love it.
Yes.
And I was like, would you mind just switching the E and the I? Like, no big deal if you can't. It's fine. And they were like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, don't worry about it. I'll be Maggie Schneider for the night.
Maggie Schneider. That's funny.
It's all good.
For sure. Like, what are some future goals that you have for Glimmers?
World domination.
That's right. Damn right.
As a Jew, I don't feel so comfortable with that. But
Oh, no. Didn't mean it that way.
Totally can't.
Positive world
takeover.
domination.
Positive takeover.
A positive, inclusive takeover.
Yes. The only kind of takeover that there should be.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're hoping to play obviously a lot more shows. We have some tour stuff planned for the end of this year and then the beginning of next year. You know, we'd love to have the opportunity to open for a bigger tour. Like, God, I would, obviously All Time Low would be like a dream.
Right.
Like, opening for All Time Low would be a dream. But even if it was a band like Meet Me at the Altar, because they're killing it.
They're so good.
Yeah, they're so good. And, like, I say this in a ton of interviews. They just make me so happy. Like, whether it's just listening to their music or, like, seeing all of the good press that they're getting. Like, they're just very warm, fun, happy people, it seems like. And I would love to be a part of that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be huge.
It'd be so cool. I'd go to that tour.
You better.
I'm in. Right now.
Do the thing.
All right. Well, I think that's a great way to. Unless I'm wrong, is that a good? I think that that's a good way to stop. Is right there, like with high expectations, because we better see Glimmers playing with Meet Me at the Altar, supporting All Time Low. Like it's that would be a stacked tour, dude.
They're already playing shows together this next year, so we just need to hop on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just start shooting out some emails.
I know Ryan. I know Ryan. I'll be like, yo, Ryan.
Yo, what up, bud?
Good thing.
Yeah, just start texting. Always just like, tweet them like once a day and be like, hey, where you at? Where you at with this? Let's do it.
I don't have this offer yet.
That's how I got Broadside to duet me on TikTok.
Hey, that's how you do it though.
Right. Yeah.
That's
determination and like also talent. It takes both.
No.
Yeah.
Determination.
Yeah. You have talent.
Well, you got
just determination alone.
If you berate somebody enough, they're just bound to.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to.
Oh my god. Yeah. Look,
okay.
It's that is true. It is the special sauce is the determination aspect.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Determination and perseverance will get you very, very far. And it helps if you're good at what you do.
Yes.
That helps a lot. Yeah. Okay. All right. So before we get into our next segment, we're gonna go to a break. We're gonna listen to this quick commercial, and we'll be right back.
Do you want to know what makes the perfect morning?
Is it apple juice and cereal?
No, it is not apple juice, nor is it cereal.
It's coffee, you dumb fucker.
Oh.
Bean juice makes us go quick.
Bean juice. Go quick.
I like that.
And we're back. That was a really interesting commercial.
I would say so.
This is so stupid. I love it.
So good.
All right. Well, that brings us into our one of our favorite segments on the show. Maggie, we do something called Obscure Questions segment, okay? These questions are just as obscure as these questions that are just as obscure. Like it's like incomparable. Cool. Anyway.
Great. Perfect.
That joke just went by Pat's head. He's like,
no, I got it.
I was just waiting. I was just waiting.
Well, it's incomparable. You can't compare it to anything.
Yes. Do you want to start us off with the first one?
All right. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, if you could do a duet with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh my god. A duet. Honestly, I would love to sing a song with Alex Gaskarth if we write it together, because I would love to write a song with him. As far as girl artists, I love Julia Michaels. I would love to sing with Julia Michaels.
Who's Julia Michaels? Am I the only one?
She did that Issue song, because I got issues.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's great.
That's a good song.
Oh, yeah, I love her. She has so many other great songs, too. Like, that's not even my favorite, but yeah.
I got you. All right, Pat, take the next one.
Okay. In your honest opinion, is cereal a soup?
No, because I don't eat cereal with milk in it.
Oh.
And we're going to go ahead and say that, thanks for coming to the podcast.
She's been kicked out 3 times.
Twice.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
At least, I was going to ask you, do you pour, cereal first, then milk? Or do you pour it all over the spoon first?
No.
No, you don't even, go to the milk.
I eat cereal dry, but I don't
eat cereal out of the
a
box
lot.
or, out of a spoon? Do you pour it in a bowl and, eat it from a bowl? Or do you just, take handfuls out of a box? Because, if I was eating it dry, I wouldn't even waste the dishes. I'd just straight in, probably as a movie snack.
I'm polite about it. I use a spoon in a bowl.
Yeah,
but
she's not a savage like you, apparently.
Not a heathen,
Well,
but yeah, I just remember, because I'm not a big cereal person, but they made these prepackaged smaller bowls of Fruit Loops and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Little boxes.
And yeah, my mom would pack me them for summer camps and stuff when I was younger. But I didn't like milk in my cereal. I would just eat it as a snack.
My son was like that for a really long time too. He just would have just dry cereal, and eventually, he you know, started having it with milk like a civilized person, but like, you know.
Sorry.
All right.
No, it's
Sorry
all good.
to disappoint.
No, it's all good. But Bear,
Yeah.
I just want to say I do agree. I'm probably the same thing, and I think it's also like a male mentality of like, if I was going to eat it dry, I would just eat it out of the box because I'm too lazy to want to do
thank
dishes.
God, I thought I was alone.
No. And I don't think that's even just a you and me type thing. I think that's a
Yeah.
very
there's got to be a
male
lot of people
mentality.
out there. That's like I just moved in my first apartment. I'm trying to get with this girl. Like, she's really cute. I want to make sure that like I keep it clean. So I'm gonna, not waste the dishes, and I'm just gonna go straight for it. But like, she ain't ever gonna see it. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
all right, Maggie. Knowing how volatile the stock market is, what is your favorite video game?
Ooh, I love Mario Kart. I also love. I just got a Wii.
Same.
Did
I
you?
just yes, I did. I
Yes.
just got a Wii.
Okay.
Wow.
So I missed my Wii days. Like, that was like a huge part of my childhood.
Yeah.
So I'll give you two more. So I loved as a kid, and I'm literally going to buy it again because I need it. Green Day Rock Band.
Okay.
Because it
I have a
was
lot of rock
all-
band games or guitar.
Oh
games.
yeah. Oh yeah. And then I love Wii Bowling. Like, I think
Yeah,
Wii
it's a good
Bowling
one,
is
yeah.
so fun.
Absolutely. I just like that you could also connect a GameCube controller to the Wii, just so like
Yeah.
when you play it, like you Super Smash Bros, like you can just
Yeah.
get at it.
I am.
It's so fun.
Dude, oh, go ahead, Pat.
I was just gonna say I can't personally do that. I need to, like, I'm that person that I need the GameCube. I have one. I have one
They're
as
so
well.
GameCubes are so good.
But I have to have, like, I can't cheat. Like,
Yeah.
same thing with, like, I could never listen to, like, burnt CDs. I have to have the CD.
Oh.
But, like, yeah, I can't buy, like, those new video game stuff that's like, oh,
See,
here's
that's
Sega with,
that's
like,
the difference
50 things
between
on
you
there.
and me. Is you do it the right way. I eat the scraps.
Which
You know,
is
like
why I'm a Gryffindor.
Oh yeah.
No, I wish you would have told me. I literally have like 2 or 3 Wiis just in the box here. I got them.
What?
You can go to any garage sale and find a Wii.
Oh yeah. That's
love
literally what I did.
them.
That's how I got a Wii.
Yeah.
I ordered mine off of Amazon because someone was selling one, and I was like, I want to do this. And it's like the best stress relief to me is like
It's so
playing
good.
Wii Sports. And I look at my mom and I played the other night, and I looked at her and I was like, I'm not here to make friends. And I won.
See, that's
going
we
down, Mom.
we have the Switch, and it's
Yeah.
very
That's so
very.
good.
It's like the same thing as the Wii,
It's-
but like
yeah.
significantly
It's better. Yeah, so much
I
better.
like the low quality of the Wii though.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that there's anything like.
Oh no, I
the
know.
Wii's nostalgic. It's so
Yeah,
good.
right.
Like, I do appreciate that. Like, we're coming out with systems like the Switch that are modern. They have the newer licenses, the newer games,
Right.
the newer graphics, and it's still something Nintendo is doing that is better than any other like. Sony or Xbox or Microsoft, like whatever the hell. Nintendo is keeping party games and family games and like sibling
I love
games
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
together. And like, dude, I grew up in a family of 7 fucking siblings. Okay, so like we were playing split screen on everything. Everything. We had to like put like sheets up on the TV to like block out so we had nobody screen peeking or whatever.
Yep.
And then we even set up a camera
You
to
can't no
watch.
screen peeking.
Yeah, no screen peeking, bitch. We set up a camera to watch us playing, so we would videotape,
commitment.
and then and then we would ask if you're screen peeking, it'd be like, no, I'm not screen peeking. We'd look at the footage, and his eyes are on the other side of the TV. Of course, he was screen peeking, but then again, you look at everybody was screen peeking.
yeah.
Nobody was.
That, and that's kind of what we do. Like, we don't. Well, I mean, my kids screen peek, but the thing I love about Nintendo and as a Switch right now is that that's kind of what we do. We'll, instead of like watching a movie or if we want to have like electronics time, which we try to encourage them to be outside as much as possible in the summer because you only get a couple weeks of it here in Minnesota.
Yep.
But like when we do have that kind of screen time, we like to play Switch because we can play Mario Kart together. We've got we have Mario Tennis. We've got Mario Golf, and like they all love it. And like we get really competitive and just yell at each other.
It's
and it's
fun.
It's so fun.
That's awesome.
They always they mostly yell and like gang up on me because I'm so much better at it than all of them. My wife always says I'm cheating, but that's just because she sucks.
And look, and and look,
she doesn't suck.
Maggie, look, we get it. We ask all these dumb questions, right? Like who cares? I mean,
I care.
I'm saying this naturally, but I'm reading every single word on the document. Pause for effect. How do you respond?
to all of your questions that are lovely.
How do you respond?
How do I respond? That I'm joining your band soon because you have blackmail of me saying that I don't like Star Wars.
Hey, don't say that. You're joining our band for better reasons.
You love it.
Where's the triangle?
Bring it up.
I have to go buy
I'm
one.
in. Send it over. You'll do your tracks from there.
Yep. I'm sorry. We're gonna need a little something with a little more. Little more. I need a little more triangle
advance.
breakdown. Can you give
How's
me like
Ding, ding.
that'll work. That'll work. I mean, I'm picturing in my head like icy stars a little bit, like a little heavier breakdown with the triangle. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So we've got one more segment here. This is things where things get a little intense. This is rapid fire questions.
Cool.
No thinking. I just want you to feel it in your heart.
Oh God.
And you just answer just right away.
All right.
And then Bear over there, he's got a pen and paper. He's going to tally your results. He's going to come up with this is for real, all right?
Am I being scored?
You're going to be scored here.
Well, consider it more graded. You said you're Slytherin. It's
yeah.
graded.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay.
Are you ready?
All right. Yeah, I'm ready. Do it.
Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
Blink 182 or Green Day?
Green Day.
Travel or stay inside?
Travel.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Favorite shade of red?
Rose red.
All right, that works.
Ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Ice cream.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to tally up these scores, but like, let me first say that you're the first person to say tacos.
Really?
Which I think is actually correct. Like you can't beat
I love
good.
tacos.
You can't beat a good taco. Like I love pizza. Don't get me wrong. And quite frankly, I probably eat pizza more than I eat tacos just because of the.
Oh yeah.
Because it's easier to get.
Right.
But like a good taco.
Look,
you
Mexican
just
food.
can't.
I went to Dallas a few weeks ago for the first time, and
a
their
beautiful city.
Tex-Mex is obviously
Obviously, it's so good. Like
it's so good. It's so different.
New Mexico has amazing Mexican food. I mean, you would imagine, but they love their green chilies down there, and it's so good.
There's such a difference. Like literally, even I told my friend, I was like, the chips are fluffier. Like I can't explain it. Like,
they eat those Doritos shit. Like it's so good. Like it's delicious. Tostitos can suck a dick.
Now, how do you get out here, Tostitos? Unless you want to sponsor this episode. So how do we feel though? How do we feel about the combination a taco pizza? How do we feel about that? Because
can be good if done right.
Yes, because I'm a really big good taco pizza fan. If you can do it well.
But I don't think I've ever had taco pizza.
Really?
Is it? Yeah, like. Is it dough or is it like a?
So it's still a crust and
it's
it's still a sauce, but the sauce is usually like a bean paste kind of sauce.
Yep.
Usually,
then
like
that
some
could
sort
probably work.
There are some of them out there that are really, really good, but there are some
Yeah.
of them out there that are just absolute
Right.
garbage.
There are some dum-dums that still try to put like marinara sauce and then like taco toppings, and it doesn't work, and you're like,
No.
and they don't know what they're doing, and it shows.
That's
Yeah, it
awful.
shows. It
You
shows.
know, unless
Also,
you're doing the bean paste.
exactly.
It's really
exactly.
So if you're ever gonna make it homemade, I'll tell you like the best thing you could do is kind of like one of the sauces I always like to do is kind of like it's using like salsa and sour cream.
That
Yep,
works.
that's
There
super
good.
you
As a
go.
Or have
That's-
you ever gotten
So
like
good.
those taco dips at the store?
Yeah.
Just get the paste of it. Don't get like the toppings on it. Just get the paste. and then put that on the dough.
And you just
And then put your mozzarella and your Monterey Jack, and then
That sounds
like,
good.
and then make sure that the meat, like the beef that you put on there, is taco seasoned.
Yeah,
you don't
taco
just like
seasoned
throw
beef.
ground beef on it. You gotta season.
Yeah.
you gotta season your meat. All right, it's just if you take anything away from this podcast with Maggie,
Season
your meat.
Perfect.
Okay. Also, Maggie, you're the first person on the podcast to say stay inside. No. You said
said
travel.
travel.
Everyone else has said stay
Travel.
inside. Everyone else says stay inside. And I don't know if it's been a COVID thing or if it's
No.
just genuinely what they like. But like,
I
you're the first one to say it.
Traveling.
Yeah, it's
Like,
mhm.
I love it so much, and I made, like, starting this summer, I, like, tried to make more time with, like, work and life balance of, like, going on a weekend to Nashville or going adventuring. Because don't get me wrong, I love staying inside. I love watching Lindsay Lohan movies with
Yeah.
my dog, Jessie. Like, perfect night. However, I want to hop on a plane and go somewhere if I can.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So everyone. So when anybody, holy crap! Anytime anybody asks me like what kind of superpower I want, I always say flight, and they're like, well, why wouldn't you want to just teleport? I'm like, well, because teleporting takes away the fun of getting to the destination. Flying
That's true.
means I could still fly and get there fast, but enjoy the ride.
But
Like,
what if you were like, what if you could only fly as fast as you could walk, though?
still take it. I would still
just-
take it.
I wouldn't.
like,
I would
flying
teleport.
slow.
No,
as shit.
I would still take it because then I could still fly as high as I wanted to.
There you go.
Unless you're about to say like, you can only fly like float 3 inches off the ground. No, I ain't gonna do that. But then again, I might because I might just like like lean back like I'm laying like just like laying there and just like lounging like across the sidewalk. What's going on? Like I might do that. But okay, so awesome answers to these questions.
Did
Actually,
I get an A?
well, so I do have to tally it up a little bit, but it is saying something like on the sides of you really need to like Star Wars or else I'm going to come into your house and take that one thing. No, you need to
see,
like Star
okay,
Wars. Hey,
listen.
these are the results. These are the results.
These are the
You don't argue with
results.
the results. You're going to either like Star Wars or I'm going to come into your house and steal one battery out of every remote that you own.
Oh, that's scary. But listen, my best friend, who I actually saw this morning for breakfast, she's the biggest Star Wars fan ever. And I have been on dates before where the guy starts talking to me about Star Wars, and I have to make the honest decision to say,
To stay single.
listen. Literally, and he took it very well. Very well.
Look, like I
But-
said before, it's not something that like you should like. You don't base your whole person.
No, I
on,
know.
like, you know, like oh, you don't like Star Wars. Like anytime I like get like upset that somebody doesn't like Star Wars, it's mostly because I like to just like make fun and just be upset.
Oh,
It's like,
I know.
I don't care. Like you don't like Star Wars? That's fine. I do. You're gonna have to deal with
Yeah.
the fact that I do. But
Hey,
like,
that's great. No, I just thought it was so funny because I had to be like, so I need to tell you something.
oh,
I need
like-
you to
that's-
sit
dude, that's like-
down.
yeah, that's like one of those hard things that you got to talk to somebody about.
But here's the thing, I would rather be honest. I'm not gonna be
Oh,
like, oh
absolutely.
yeah, I'm the biggest fan. Because guess what? You need to know who I am just
Well,
as
yeah.
I want to know what you're passionate about.
And then that
so.
person's going to take you out for Star Wars things, like thinking that there's something that you guys have in common. He's really going to like it. You're not going to like it.
Right.
It's going to
Just
cause
be
a rift.
honest.
And then all of a sudden, like when you're honest with him, he's going to be like, you've changed. I don't even know who you are anymore. It's like, no, I didn't change. I just wasn't
Yeah.
honest with you. This is who I've been the whole time. I just put up with your
Change, I'm
bullshit.
just a liar.
Yeah, no, I will not. And my best friend is always like, why won't you watch them with me? She's been my best friend since second grade.
All right, tell you
And
what,
she's-
send your best friend our way, and then we will do
Okay.
we'll do like a Star Wars watch on like Discord or something.
Perfect.
And then us three, we'll specifically leave you out. Like we'll have you in
Yeah,
the group
that's fine.
chat specifically to say that like that hey, we're gonna do this. Don't let Maggie know, even though like you're in the chat.
Fine. Totally fine. I will watch it and like support, but yeah. Better to be honest. That's-
Absolutely, 100%.
See,
There
the
you
thing
go.
is what you could do though is you could have it on, it'll be on the Discord, and you could just have one little earbud popped in, and then just have something you want to actually watch, like in the TV next to you. I won't judge you,
Like
but
Teen
at least,
Wolf.
yeah, Teen Wolf. But then your friend Like the movie,
I was
though,
a
not the
Twilight
show.
girl.
Not the show.
I was a Twilight girl.
Twilight Girl?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Have you rewatched them recently? Because they do not hold up.
No, they don't. But that's part of the fun.
Like they
I
are
guess-
so campy.
That's
but
part
you're right.
of
That
the
is kind of
fun,
part of the
though,
fun.
right? Yeah. Hey, I loved those. I was Team Edward.
Were you
though.
you was to say you're Team Edward?
Yep.
I never got onto that, but I was like I also always just thought that like Taylor Lautner looked like a douche. So like
Yeah, my thoughts.
I was literally only Team Edward because Taylor Lautner looked like a douche.
Yeah.
I saw this meme that kind of encapsulates all of my feelings about Twilight from start to finish. And it was like this meme to where it's like says how Twilight should have ended, and it had like Edward and Bella. Is that her name? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has them, and then Blade standing behind them.
Noted.
He's a day walker. Oh man.
Oh my god.
I have that meme saved on my phone. but I think
As it
great.
should be. As I have a bunch of Star Wars memes on my phone where it's like where
Don't
it's,
send them to me.
No, I mean
Fair.
I'm not. I won't. I'll just like one of them is like Emperor Palpatine, like the Senator Palpatine. Like he's like, "You are what you eat." That's funny. I don't remember eating the Senate. It was just.
I love that you
and
think
then there
that's
was-
funny.
It's so funny. And then there was one where it's like, you know how you can go onto like Google Translate or whatever, or like, and you can click the audio button and it'll tell you, it'll like say what you wrote. And it was one where Anakin Skywalker just types in, "We grant you the rank of Jedi Master," and he clicks it just so he can hear it.
Megan's like, yeah. I'm happy that you
Like
think
I'm
that's
over
funny.
here having my fun in my own world. Okay,
I'm
like,
happy you think that's funny. I
I-
love that for you.
You know what? I support your truth and your passion. And if Star Wars is your truth, then there you go. That's perfect.
I do have a Mandalorian tattoo, so.
Well, there you go.
There you go. And you did
Then
it.
it is.
Okay. We're done talking about Star Wars.
I'm sorry.
So we're going to close this up.
Ooh.
So before we go, I want you to plug your stuff. Show us
Yay!
where we can find you.
Yes.
And whatever you got coming up like down the road.
Perfect. So you can find Glimmers on all social media. We are at Glimmers Band. Check us out. We, post about our music and things like that. But we're also, if I say so myself, we're pretty fun, goofy goobers. So we like sharing our adventures and whatnot. So you can check us out there. I'm on TikTok and Instagram as @It's Maggie Schneider, SCHNEIDER, not the pretzel.
Schneider's
and
pretzels are so good.
They are really good. They're so good. But yeah, we're super excited. We're in the demo process right now for new music. We have a lot of shows being booked right now, touring stuff, all of that. So just stay tuned, and I would love to see you guys at a show at some point. So
Hell yeah.
Love it. Bear.
yeah.
Bear.
Yeah.
Close us
Yeah.
up.
Goes
This
up.
is on
Well,
you
this
tonight,
has
baby.
been Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry, and apparently today Star Wars. And I'm really, really sorry that I pissed everybody off by saying that I like the prequels, even though I like the prequels. Maggie, I'm really, really sorry that you don't like Star Wars, but I really support you as a person. No,
Thank
it's
you.
okay. It's okay. You shouldn't be sorry about that. That's just who you are. I really appreciate everybody listening and everybody listening to this. Look, this product has not been USDA certified or FDA approved. With that said, Schneider's Pretzels, if you are listening, we are looking for sponsors. Maggie, it was great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
yes,
Guys,
thank you.
make sure you go find them. Just rewind the podcast like 30 seconds, listen for all their plugs. Guys, they're amazing. They're the next up and coming band. We're really glad that we even get to be on the ground floor, just knowing Maggie, knowing the guys in Glimmers. This band is awesome. It's going places, and you better like them now because tickets are going to be super cheap now. They won't be cheap next year. So
I hope so.
hopefully
That's
see them on
awesome.
tour sometime soon with All Time Low, and meet me at the altar. With that said, we'll see you guys next time.